Think like a computer, understanding variables and logic. Websites and games seem different, but they work the same behind the scenes. They both use variables to remember things and logic to make decisions. Let's break down what those terms mean and how they work together to power your code. A variable is like a container. It stores information your program needs to remember. You can give it a name and assign it a value, and that value can change while the program runs. In web development, variables might store a username, a quiz score, or whether a checkbox is selected. In game design, variables track things like player health, speed, or level. There are different types of variables depending on what they hold. For example, a number is stored as an integer, and text is stored as a string. In this example, the username is storing the value Alex. This could be used to greet the user by name after they log in. Below that, we see quiz score is storing the number 92. That might be the user's score on a quiz or a challenge. In this game example, the variable for health is set to 100. This could track the player's health during gameplay. Before that, level name is storing the text desert run, which might be the name of the level the player is currently on. So what exactly is logic? Logic tells your program what to do. It uses conditions like if and else to tell what happens next, or if the condition is met or not. For example, if a user's password is correct, then the dashboard will let the player in. If the user's health is at 0, then the user will receive a game over screen. Now let's look at how variables and logic work together to make a program do something useful. In a game, imagine that you have a score variable that increases as the player earns points. If the score goes above 5, the player wins. If the score is less than 5, the player loses. Now let's switch to web development. Let's say that you have a user to enter their name into a form. The program uses the variable called name to hold what they typed. If the variable is empty, meaning that they didn't type anything or they typed something in incorrectly, the site shows a message to say enter a valid username. Variables help your programs to remember, while logic helps it to respond. They let your project react to what users do, whether you're designing a login form or a level up screen. This is how you think as a computer.